Have you ever sat alone in silence, gazed up at the night sky, and wondered, where do we go after we die? Are there really only two paths, heaven or hell? In truth, according to the profound philosophy of Buddhism, the world we live in is just a tiny speck in a vast and intricate cosmos. It's not just a simple choice between heaven and hell. There are actually 31 planes of existence, realms where beings are reborn, shaped by the karmic forces of their actions, whether good or evil. This isn't superstition or fantasy. It's a spiritual map described in detail within the Abhidhamma, the deep and analytical teachings of Theravada Buddhism. And today, we'll embark on a journey to explore these 31 realms, from the radiant heavens above to the darkest depths of hell. But more than that, this journey will help us reflect on our own lives. Who are we? Where are we now? And where are we truly heading in the endless cycle of rebirth? Overview of the 31 planes of existence, the spiritual map of the Buddhist cosmos. When most people think of the afterlife, they usually imagine two destinations, heaven for the good and hell for the wicked. But in Buddhism, the world we live in, and the many realms we do not see, is vastly more complex. The Buddha revealed a profound vision of the cosmos where all beings are endlessly reborn in a cycle known as samsara, the ocean of birth and death. Within this worldview exists a classification of 31 distinct planes of existence, or bhava. These planes are not physical locations like planets, but rather represent states of consciousness, levels of purity or defilement, and karmic maturity. Every being, from the highest celestial deities to the most tormented hell beings, inhabits one of these realms depending on their accumulated karma. These 31 planes are divided into three broad categories, ranging from the gross and worldly to the subtle and transcendent. The first group is the Kamaloka, or the sensual realms. These are the lowest realms, where beings are still heavily influenced by desires, cravings, and sensory pleasures. This includes humans, animals, hungry ghosts, predators, hell beings, and several classes of heavenly beings. This is the world where craving and aversion dominate. Even joy is unstable and fleeting. There are 11 realms in this group, including 4 realms of suffering: hell, animal, ghost, and asura, the human realm, and 6 celestial realms associated with sensual pleasures. The second group is the Rupa Loka, or the form realms. These realms are occupied by beings who have transcended sensual desire through meditative absorption jhana, specifically the form jhanas. They dwell in radiant, subtle bodies composed not of flesh, but of pure light or energy. There is no craving for physical pleasure here. The mind is still and luminous. These beings have attained high levels of concentration and mental purity. The Rupa Loka consists of 16 realms, organized according to 4 levels of form meditation, including realms like the Brahma worlds, the radiant abodes, and the non-percipient realm. The third and highest group is the Arupa Loka, or the formless realms. These are realms where beings have no physical form at all, only pure mind. They exist in profound meditative states of awareness, having mastered the Arupa jhanas or formless meditations. In these realms, consciousness is so subtle that there is no sense of body or even space. These beings dwell in states such as the realm of infinite space, realm of infinite consciousness, realm of nothingness, and the realm of neither perception nor non-perception. There are 4 formless realms in total. It is important to note that even the highest heavenly realms, including the formless ones, are still part of the cycle of samsara. No realm, no matter how sublime, is eternal. Rebirth still happens, though it may take eons. True liberation, or nibbana, lies beyond all 31 realms. It is the only state free from birth, death, and suffering. In summary, this cosmic map presented in Buddhism is not meant to promote fear or fantasy. Rather, it serves as a deep reminder of the law of karma. Every thought, word, and deed carries consequences, shaping our future existence. There is no external judge. Each of us creates the causes for where we will be reborn. When we understand the full breadth of this map of existence, we begin to see life with clarity. We become more mindful, more responsible, and more determined to rise above suffering. As the Buddha taught, No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Detailed description of each realm. The formless realm, the world of pure consciousness. The formless realm, Arupaloka, transcends all matter and physical existence. In these realms, beings exist as pure consciousness, without any form, color, sound, or spatial limitation. Only those who have mastered the highest meditative absorptions, known as formless jhanas, are reborn here. There are 4 levels in this realm. The realm of infinite space, where awareness rests on the concept of infinite space. The realm of infinite consciousness, where the meditator realizes that consciousness itself is infinite. The realm of nothingness, where even perception of space and consciousness is let go, replaced by a deep realization of nothing exists. The realm of neither perception nor non-perception, a subtle state where awareness is so faint it cannot be called perception, yet it is not entirely absent either. Example: a forest monk meditates in solitude for years, moving beyond all distractions and physical sensations. One day, his mind enters a state so profound that he feels he no longer has a body. There is no sound, no light, no self, only boundless awareness. When he dies, his mind, refined by years of formless absorption, is reborn in the realm of infinite consciousness, experiencing vast peace beyond human understanding. The form realm, the radiant realm of meditation. The form realm, Rupaloka, is a higher world inhabited by beings free from sensual desire, yet still possessing subtle, radiant forms. They are sustained by meditative bliss rather than physical food, and their lives are long, peaceful, and free from gross suffering. There are 16 levels in the form realm, grouped according to the 4 form jhanas. First, jhana realms, inhabited by Brahma-like beings with joy and initial concentration. Second, jhana realms, beings with deeper joy and inner stillness. Third, jhana realms, filled with subtle peace and equanimity. Fourth, jhana realms, beings with supreme equanimity, including the pure abodes reserved for non-returners. Example: a great bodhisattva renounces all worldly attachments, perfects meditation, and enters the deep state of equanimity. Upon death, he is reborn in the Vihaffala realm of the 4th jhana, a place of radiant beings preparing for final liberation. There, he continues his spiritual journey without pain, distractions, or decay, watching over sentient beings below. The sensual realm, the world of craving and emotion. The sensual realm, Kamaloka, is the most familiar to us. It includes all beings dominated by sensual craving, humans, animals, ghosts, demons, and even gods who still desire pleasures. There are 11 realms here. For lower realms, hell's animals, hungry ghosts, and jealous gods, asuras. The human realm, a rare but balanced realm, where spiritual practice is possible. 6 celestial sensual heavens, where divine beings enjoy incredible pleasure, though still bound by desire. Example: a wealthy merchant lived for pleasure, hoarded riches, and showed cruelty to others. His greed and anger shaped his consciousness. Upon death, his mind, burning with unfulfilled desire, was reborn in the realm of hungry ghosts. In that world, everything he craved was always just out of reach. He could see it, but never grasp it. It was a realm built from the karma of his own craving. Samsara and karma, the endless cycle of birth and death. In Buddhism, samsara refers to the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that all sentient beings undergo. This cycle is not just a physical transition between different realms, but a profound reflection of one's mind, actions, and moral quality. Karma, the law of cause and effect in samsara. Karma is the seed that determines our destiny within this cycle of samsara. Every action, whether kind or cruel, truthful or deceitful, wholesome or harmful, creates a spiritual energy that guides a consciousness after death to be reborn in a realm corresponding to the nature of that karma. Wholesome karma arises from compassion, wisdom, and selflessness. It leads beings to higher, purer realms filled with peace and happiness, such as heavenly or form realms. Unwholesome karma stems from jealousy, greed, anger, destruction, and selfishness, dragging beings into lower realms like hells, hungry ghosts, or animal realms, where suffering is intense and spiritual growth is difficult. How karma operates in the cycle of rebirth. At death, the physical body disintegrates, but the consciousness does not vanish. This consciousness follows a momentum of accumulated karma like an invisible current. If a person has created much wholesome karma, their mind gently rises to peaceful and pure realms. If unwholesome karma predominates, their consciousness falls into realms of suffering, paying the due consequences for harmful deeds. Illustrative example. Consider a man who lived his life with compassion and wisdom. He often helped the poor, performed good deeds without expecting anything in return, and maintained a peaceful mind free from hatred. Upon his death, thanks to his wholesome karma, his consciousness ascended to the heavenly realms, places filled with light, joy, and freedom from worldly suffering. In contrast, another man lived in jealousy and greed, harming others to satisfy his selfish desires. His mind was clouded by anger and malice. When he died, his negative karma dragged his consciousness down into hell realms, where flames of suffering endlessly burn, forcing him to face the consequences of his cruel actions. The path to liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path. In Buddhist teachings, the Noble Eightfold Path is regarded as a guiding light for all beings seeking to escape the endless cycle of samsara and reach nirvana, a state of ultimate peace, free from suffering and rebirth. The Noble Eightfold Path, 8 essential practices. The Eightfold Path, taught by Gautama Buddha, consists of 8 vital aspects that purify the mind and develop wisdom. Right view, understanding reality correctly, recognizing suffering, its causes, and the way to end it. Right intention, cultivating thoughts free from greed, hatred, and delusion. Right speech, speaking truthfully, kindly, avoiding harm and lies. Right action, acting ethically, refraining from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. Right livelihood, earning a living in a way that does not harm others. Right effort, persevering diligently in spiritual practice, avoiding laziness and negligence. Right mindfulness, maintaining awareness of body, mind, and surroundings in the present moment. Right concentration, developing deep meditation to achieve inner peace and focus. The path to liberation, a sacred spiritual journey. This path is not merely a set of moral rules, but a gradual process of cleansing the mind and freeing oneself from ignorance and craving, the root causes of suffering and samsara. The most important factors are persistence, patience, and consistent application in daily life. Enlightenment does not come instantly, but is a result of long, sincere, and profound practice. Illustrative example. The story of Gautama Buddha. Before becoming the Buddha, Prince Siddhartha underwent many hardships on his quest for truth. He abandoned his luxurious life and practiced extreme austerities, but did not attain enlightenment. Finally, sitting beneath the Bodhi tree with perseverance, concentration, and mindfulness, he attained full awakening, understanding the nature of suffering, its cause, and the path to its cessation. From that moment, the Buddha taught the Noble Eightfold Path, so that others could walk the path of liberation and free themselves from the bondage of karma and samsara. Conclusion. The profound meaning of the 31 planes of existence and the path to liberation. The existence of the 31 planes in Buddhism is far more than a mere list of different worlds. It vividly reflects the infinite complexity of the cosmos and the profound spiritual dimension of human life. Each plane, from the desire-filled realms burdened by greed, hatred, and delusion, to the refined form and formless realms of purity, illustrates the law of karma governing all beings and forms of existence. This underscores that life is not a simple journey, but an ongoing cycle woven with suffering and happiness, ignorance and enlightenment. Understanding the true nature of these planes, coupled with sincerely following the path of spiritual practice, is a key that unlocks the door to liberation from samsara. Spiritual cultivation not only calms the mind and cleanses delusions, but also sharpens wisdom, bringing us closer to the ultimate truth, nirvana. By practicing meditation, living ethically, and cultivating compassion, each of us can walk the path of self-awakening and liberation, transcending the bonds of karma and the limits of the self. Call to action. If you have ever wondered about the meaning of life or questioned what happens after this life ends, take time to delve deeper into Buddhism. Begin by learning and practicing meditation, a powerful tool to truly understand yourself and the vast universe. Only by seeing the true nature of existence can you live a life of peace and freedom and find a radiant light of liberation within your own heart.